Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another book review. As you can see, I will be reviewing Mrs. Claus and the Nightmare Before New Year's. So, there are about four of the books in the series. I'm going to show you the titles. Maybe, if I can find them. Here they are. Mrs. Claus and the Santa Lane Slayings, Mrs. Claus and the Halloween Homicide, Mrs. Claus and the Evil Elves, Mrs. Claus and the Trouble with Turkeys, and this one, Mrs. Claus and the Nightmare Before New Year's. Now, there's also two short stories. As you can see, Halloween Cupcake Murder and Irish Milkshake Murder. I will be reading them. I will probably read the Irish Milkshake Murder first because, St. Patty's Day is coming soon. But I want to say something. This frustrates me. I don't know if it's the author who's doing it or the publisher. Why would they not list the short stories along with the main stories? Now, I see these books can be standalones, so it's not that big of a deal. But I find that happens a lot in other series that I've read. That you really do need to read a short story because sometimes it gives you like a little kernel of information. Mrs. Claus don't seem to be doing that. They're just kind of standalone stories. So it's not going to be too bad. But I will definitely read them and write reviews for you. Or read a review. So, also, I found this book at the library. If you see my other Mrs. Claus reviews, you know the story. But I'm going to say it anyway for the new viewers. And hi, everybody. Hi, my new subscribers and my new viewers. Thank you very much for my old subscribers and my old viewers. But let's get into this. So, I found this at the library. And I found it with the Halloween Homicides. It was on the display shelf. It grabbed my attention. I picked it up, flipped through it. I walked around the library actually holding it, put it back, because I was like, oh, that's not my usual speed. Well, let me say, guys, the library is a great tool. If you're in a reading slump and you need something different, walk around your library. It's quiet in there most of the time. And guess what? They have tons of choices that you might love. And like, I know in my local library, they have a section for like the new releases, and another library in my area has display for holiday books or whatever. So that's how this got me. Now, so the review, Mrs. Claus and the Nightmare Before New Year's. I will say honestly, I don't know if I'm in a reading slump because the last couple times I've been reading books, it has taken me forever. But I got a lot going on. This was enjoyable for me, and I can't wait for the next one because I do believe there's going to be a Valentine ones this coming year. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check that one. But, so you got Mrs. Claus. She goes by April. She's a southerner. That's what they call them. Anybody that's not up from north. And she is the newest Mrs. Claus. Yes, in this world there are different Santa Clauses. They get into that in the previous books. But there's a family of Clauses, and they have former Mrs. Claus and current Mrs. Claus. So it kind of say, hey, Santa Claus is mortal, but guess what? It's a family tradition. It's a family business. Every generation there's a Santa Claus to keep that magic going. When this one, Santa takes off to make his deliveries because it happens around Christmas time. And around the time he leaves, lo and behold, an elf called Boots brings these three strangers into Santa Land. And they're like, what is going on? Well, this one stranger has a freaking antler sticking out of him. A deer antler. I mean, a reindeer antler. And in this world, there's elves, talking snowmen, and talking reindeer. So they're trying to figure out through the book, they're trying to figure out what's happened to these strangers. Also, they've got to keep Santa Land a secret because no one's supposed to know where it's at. Well, lo and behold, one of the strangers was adamant that Santa Land was real. They were going to find it. And everyone's like, how did he know that we're right where we're at? How? You find out towards the end of the book how that happened. But also, the man who knew about Santa Land, he gets murdered. So through the book, they're trying to figure out, how to keep Santa Land a secret so people don't see these elves running around dressed in their usual gear. So all the elves are wearing clothes, wearing regular shoes, slipping, twisting ankles. It was kind of funny. Is this my favorite book in the series? I would say no. But again, that could just be because I'm in a reading slump. But it was highly enjoyable. I cannot wait for the next one. Like I said, I'm going to read the two short stories. But like I said, if you're looking for something different, something a little cozy to enjoy, definitely pick up Mrs. Claus and the Nightmare Before. And honestly, guys, I can see this getting turned into a Hallmark series because it's so freaking cute. And guess what? They have mysteries all the time on Hallmark. Why not make it a Christmas mystery movie? That would be a good idea. All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a good morning, afternoon, evening. Hit that like button, comment below. Sorry this review sucks. Share this video so other people can find out about Liz Ireland's A Mrs. Claus mystery series. Bye.